Today we're gonna do some holiday baking. I want you to think of it as we're just a couple of friends sitting here baking our holiday cookies together. I have the tip of all tips that you are not gonna wanna miss, so stay tuned for that. It is the #1 thing I learned about giving baking items as gifts, so you're definitely not gonna wanna miss that. And a big thank you to Good Chop for sponsoring today's video. More on that in just a little bit. Well, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I actually get a little overwhelmed by the amount of goodies that I get from people who are so kind. So I'm gonna give you an idea of something that you can do to reciprocate, but it not be something sweet. We're gonna make an awesome little holiday like reindeer munch. I don't know, what should we call this? Not reindeer munch, that sounds terrible. All the recipes from today will be listed down in the description box. So what I want you to do is I want you to start with 2 cups of Bugles. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on to look at my recipe. Next, we're gonna do a cup of Corn Chex. Now, if we were a professional baking show, we would have all this prepped and ready to go, right? All right, a cup of Corn Chex. Hi, Evie, you coming to see what I'm opening up in here? Of course she is. 2 cups of the pretzel sticks. I'm doing a cup of oyster crackers. This is the best part about this recipe. If there's anything you like or don't like, you can always, you know, switch it up to what you prefer in your home. Some Cheez-Its. Okay, it says a cup, but I did a little over because I love Cheez-Its. Now, if you wanted to add in nuts or anything like that, I actually think I'm going to add in some little mini M&Ms here in a little bit, but we're gonna do that after. So now we're just gonna stir that around. Look how festive that is. I know I'm gonna be giving this as gifts. I'm gonna go ahead and double this recipe and save myself some time so I don't have to do this again later. Because nobody's got time for doing this later. So now I have to double this. So down below, I'm just gonna leave it for a single recipe, so make sure you watch that. So we're going to melt 2 sticks of butter. We're gonna add in 3 teaspoons. I get the giggles every time I go to say this because there's this meme out there. What did it call it? It was so funny.
Just need to get some Worcestershire sauce and
strength, I swear to God. There's 150,000 ways to mispronounce that, and you missed every one of them. You missed every one of them. It's just Worcestershire.
Because no one can ever pronounce this, me included. 3 teaspoons of this. 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, a 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. This is where we're gonna get a little kick. And then some Cajun seasoning. All right, I'm just gonna place this in the microwave, melt this down, and then we're gonna drizzle that all over there and get it in the oven. I'm down here on the floor going through my new Good Chop order, getting ready to put it away in my freezer. I don't know about you guys, but my freezer is always a mess, but I'm always blessed because I have amazing meat stored in there. And I didn't have to go to the grocery store and get it. So that is the #1 convenience, because especially right now and it's cold and I don't like to get out to go to the store if I don't have to. So I'm going through the meat that I ordered and I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. Here's gonna be the real question. Can I talk Jason into cooking for me? And if so, what are we gonna have? Let's see. I ordered New York strip. I ordered chicken, which I've always told you guys is my favorite, but I think he's getting tired of me always picking chicken. Like I told you guys before, there are no added antibiotics or hormones ever. It tastes amazing. I think I'm gonna pick out something that I absolutely love that Jason makes, although, oh yeah, I forgot I ordered the flank steak. So good. And then I got salmon. I love their seafood. It never tastes fishy or anything like that. And I always know that the products that I'm receiving are sourced right here in the USA. This is what I was looking for. Oh, look at these big old thick cut pork chops. This is what I'm gonna see if he'll make for me tonight. Oh, I got this also for like having people over. Chicken wings. Jason makes amazing chicken wings. All right, I'm gonna get this put away. But if you would like the ease and convenience of going online, picking your beef, your chicken, your pork, your seafood, I mean, there are over 60 cuts of meat on Good Chop. Then you need to head to goodchop.com/YouTube and use my code acharmingabode120. Or you can click the link down in the description box. You'll get $120 off your first 4 boxes today. You'll love it. They even have a money back guarantee. If you don't love it, you get your money back. All right, I'm gonna get this put away and then go see if Jason's willing to make us some pork chops. Ooh! Wow, those are some nice grill lines, Mr. Weiser. We're letting our pork rest. So you can head to goodchop.com/YouTube and use my code acharmingabode120. You'll get $120 off across your first 4 boxes today. All right, our little holiday mix here is done. I have it spread out here to dry out. I'm gonna add in probably, this is personal preference. Let me see, I'm probably gonna do a half a cup to a cup. Let this finish drying and then we'll package this up. We're gonna start on a cookie recipe. And I decided, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like at Christmas time, I feel like everything either tastes like chocolate and peanut butter or peppermint or that kind of thing. And so we're gonna do a completely off the wall different cookie for Christmas because I've learned that sometimes on your cookie platter, it really just mixes it up a little bit and gives a different flavor than what everybody keeps eating over the holiday season. And this is the easiest recipe. You're going to take a strawberry cake mix, a half a cup of oil, and 2 eggs. And then I add in a half a bag of chocolate chips, white chocolate chips. And the reason I only do a half a bag is I have found that if I do the whole bag, it's too much, it's too sweet. So just mix that in, and then we're gonna get these in the oven. I just put some parchment paper down and put little rounded scoopfuls down. All right, into a 350-degree oven for 12 to 14 minutes. So the cool thing is I'm trying to give you some different ideas. So not only are we going to be doing these holiday baking ideas, I'm also going to give you ideas for holiday appetizers if you have something you're going to or if you're hosting. And then I'm also going to give you a couple like Christmas morning breakfast ideas, or it could be, you know, any day of the week you can have these. So this isn't just cookies and all that. So stay tuned if there's something you're specifically looking for. Let's get on to our next one. This next one is the most easiest, delicious cookie I swear you can make. I love them. And they're so easy. Did I say that already? 2 ingredients, Andes candies and Ritz crackers. We're gonna do this one because I have both my ovens going. The most time-consuming part is unwrapping all the Andes candies. If anybody knows where you can buy these unwrapped, let me know. Anyway, so basically you're gonna unwrap these, put them in a microwave bowl, and melt the candies in the microwave in 30-second intervals. Then all you do is dip in a Ritz cracker. I made a reel over on Instagram. Definitely was a hit. I think it's because everyone likes the ease and convenience. I am gonna show you a special little way you can kind of zhuzh it up a little bit if you wanna make it look a little extra special, but I'll be honest, they're really good, so simple. They taste, I don't wanna say they taste just like a Thin Mint from Girl Scout cookies, because I think they taste better. I said it right here. Let me know in the comments below if you feel like they do. I did not realize that I bought the Mint Cookie Crunch Thins. I bought 2 boxes of that. And then I did buy the regular ones, which is what I normally use. So I've only opened up one of these, and it does have like little crunchy cookies to it. So we're gonna do a few and try out my new plan with it, and we'll see if this works. So while those are still wet, we're gonna sprinkle on the top the Andes Peppermint Crunch to give them a festive holiday look. All right, let's give those a little bit to dry, and then I'll show you the other way with the other chocolate and how I just like them smooth to look like a Thin Mint. In the meantime, my next batch of strawberry cookies are in. Woo! Oh yes, this is my favorite one. This one's just so much more smooth and creamy. And these look so adorable packaged up. Perfect little holiday gifts. All right, this next recipe is tried and true. I'm sure you've heard of it, but wait until you see what we're gonna do to kick it up and make it a little different for you guys. So we are gonna make Jason's grandma's Buckeyes. A lot of people call them peanut butter balls, we call them Buckeyes. But instead of using all just the Rice Krispies, we're gonna add in something super yummy. We're gonna add in crushed Butterfingers. So in a bowl, you're gonna do 1 stick of butter, 2 cups of crunchy peanut butter. I have to admit, I didn't quite have 2 cups of crunchy peanut butter, so I had to use like the last little bit, I had to do creamy. It's gonna be okay. All right, we need 3.5 cups of powdered sugar, which is a pound, but I have a 2-pound bag, so I have to actually measure mine out. You know what's gonna be the worst part about making this video today? Cleaning it all up. This is where we're gonna do it a little different. We're only gonna do 2 cups of Rice Krispies and a cup of Butterfingers. I almost said smashed up, crushed Butterfingers. I'm enjoying baking with you guys today. If you guys are enjoying the video also, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. All right, it's all done. Make sure your hands are nice and clean. And then you're just going to form however big you want your Buckeyes to be. Just press it together, the little balls, and set those out. I have 1 pound of almond bark, all nice and melted here. All right, I'm getting these Buckeyes packaged up, and I'm going to give you my #1 tip. So dramatic. Because if you've been doing this, then you don't realize you've been doing it wrong. When you go to give any kind of holiday baking as a gift, do not ever, ever, ever make like a Christmas plate of it all together and seal it up and give it to the people. Or do not put more than 1 type of cookie in a bin unless you individually wrap each kind of cookie, because you ruined it. You ruined the whole thing. I always am so sad when someone gives me a plate of Christmas goodies, and usually immediately I will separate them right off the bat. Because do you want your strawberry cookies to taste like the mint cookies, or the mint cookies to taste like the peanut butter cookies? And there's no distinction on what the cookies taste like. It totally and completely ruins them. And so here you put all this time and effort into making those cookies, and the people can't even taste them because the flavors have blended into each other. Individually wrap each one of these. I don't mean like individual cookie wise, you don't have to, but like these need to go in their own thing, these do, and that way the recipient will love them so much more. By the way, real quick, I showed these little bins over at Walmart. Those Buckeyes just filled, completely full, 4 of them. So wow, that went really far. Up next, we're moving on to an appetizer. And this is a stuffed celery recipe that is so delicious. All right, it's 1 block of cream cheese softened, a 1/4 cup of bacon bits. I'm using like the real bacon bits. And then you're gonna do a 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese, a tablespoon of fresh parsley. See, it wants a tablespoon of fresh chives, so let me chop those up really quick. Okay, some fresh chives, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then 3 dashes of hot sauce. 1, 2, 3. Just take your handheld blender and beat that up. All right, and now I'm just gonna fill our little boats. This is so good. We could do like sprinkle a few chives over the top. This is gonna make a ton. I ended up only doing this 1 little plate, and I still have a whole bunch left over. I'm ready to crunch away on camera. This is so good, and it makes you feel like you're eating something healthy, even though technically you're not. Look at the window back there. Can you see how dark it is outside now? I started filming this at 9:30 in the morning, and it is currently 5:30 at night. Always so much going on behind the scenes. I had to tell you, the stuffed celery is such a hit. Between me and Jason and my neighbors, we just chowed all that down. It was so good. I highly recommend it. All right, we're gonna move on, and we're gonna make my special, I call them burrito roll-ups. But we're gonna make it cute and festive and do it like a Christmas tree. So you need green tortillas and white tortillas. You need 1 block of cream cheese softened. And then you're gonna love my directions here. Literally, this is what mine says. I've had this forever. It's so funny. This is the one that me and my sister, we've used this recipe for forever. 1 glob of mayo. So just get your glob on in there. little extra mayo never hurt nobody. And then you're gonna put in 1/4 cup of salsa. I have a tendency to use the chunky salsa. So 1/4 cup of salsa. 1/3 cup of green onion, diced up. You're gonna do some diced black olives. Now I'm gonna be honest, I don't like black olives, but I do use these in there. My store only had the sliced ones, so I'm gonna have to dice some up. And I'll admit, I probably go kind of light on the black olives, but that's just me. So if you love black olives, well then you just go right ahead and put in as many as you like. And if my green onions look like chives, just ignore it. I ran out of green onions, so I used the rest of my chives in there instead. Then you're just gonna mix it up. This is what your burrito roll up looks like. And now we're just gonna spread this inside of our tortillas and roll them up. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna cut our little burrito roll-ups into little bite-sized bites. The ends are always kind of puny, so I cut those off and then I eat those. I love to dip these in salsa. So just get these cut up, and then I have my platter over here, and we're just gonna shape these like a Christmas tree. And that's why I did a combination of regular color and green tortilla, so it would just look cute and festive. I'm gonna insert a clip right here of another appetizer, and I put it over on Instagram. It is so good, easy, and delicious.
3-ingredient holiday appetizer. Start by lining your baking pan with parchment paper and cut up 1 pound of smoked sausage. This will make 30 appetizers. While that's baking in the oven, you will slice your white cheddar and open up a can of whole cranberries. After it's done baking, you will just place 1 little cube of cheddar cheese on there and then 1 cranberry from the cranberry sauce. You'll then put a nice little toothpick down in there to hold it all together, and you can go ahead and sprinkle this with parsley if you want to just give it a little extra pizzazz. So easy and delicious.
So you saw that it's just the smoked sausage, the cheese, and the cranberries. Well, you could like totally switch it out to your taste, where you could do like, the cheese could be like cheddar jack, or there's so many different options, and it's so easy. We're gonna move on to breakfast, and we're gonna do 1 sweet and 1 savory. And so we're gonna start with the sweet. You're gonna take a 1/2 block of cream cheese. I stuck mine in the microwave because it was not room temperature. If you put it in there for like 10-15 seconds, it like gets it all ready to go. I have a cookie sheet with parchment paper lined and ready to go, and I'm gonna add 2 big tablespoons of sugar to the cream cheese and mix that all around. All right, next take a can of crescent rolls, and you're gonna cut each triangle in half. Now lay it all to where they're all going the same way and they're kind of overlapping each other. Okay, I'm gonna make it. I know it doesn't look beautiful now, but hang in there. Next, we're gonna spread the cream cheese across this layer part here in the middle. All right, next, take some raspberry preserves, whether it's like you have jam or jelly, or I have this cake and pastry filling one, and I'm gonna put that in a bowl, and then we'll add in some fresh raspberries with that. And then we'll spread that across the top. Next, we fold them up and pinch them down. Okay, here's the part. Am I talented enough to do? Oh my goodness. I have to pick this up. And make it like a candy cane. Ta-da! Maybe I should have curved it a little more, but I feel like I just need to not mess with it too much and go with it. This little beauty's going in the oven for 16 to 20 minutes on 375. We'll do the lowest amount and we'll turn the light on and keep an eye on it. I'm gonna leave in the original, like down below, the original recipe of the glaze to put on top of this. But I have this white frosting left that I need to use. So I'm gonna put this in the microwave and kind of get this melted down, and I'm gonna add a teaspoon of almond extract. We like a lot of icing. I'm not even gonna pretend we don't. Here's the moment of truth. This is a new recipe for me. I've never made this little candy cane Danish thing before. So excited. Wow. I'm gonna turn off the camera now and chow this down. I highly recommend this. I just looked in the mirror. I'm looking crazy scary. I went out in the rain to take my dogs and we've just been busy all day. Ugh, can't even talk. All right. So I want to insert here my absolute, hands down, no exaggeration, favorite savory breakfast. And I feel like it would be just a really nice option to make for Christmas morning because you can make it up the night before and then have it ready to go that morning. So let me insert that here.
Holiday breakfast sandwiches made with the Hawaiian slider buns. I love these because the buns are already cut in half for you. Next, you're going to take American cheese and slice that in half and just put it all over the bottom of the buns. Then I take scrambled eggs. I use 6 of them and I just make them my favorite way. So make yours just however you enjoy and place that all over on the bottom buns also. Then comes the yummy part. I took bacon and I cut it in half and I'm trying to do two little pieces there for each bun. You can use ham, you can use sausage, whatever you prefer. Now here's the good part. You need to add the Mexican cheddar jack all over the top. Then put the tops back on. Next up, you'll melt 2 tablespoons of butter and put in a teaspoon of ranch dressing seasoning. Stir that all around and just put that all over top of the buns. You'll bake that on 350 for 20 minutes. They turn out so beautiful. These are definitely one of our favorites.
You may be wondering, like, how can you make that up the night before? And I'll write it down below, but do all the cheese and the bacon and the eggs and everything. Just don't pour over the butter with the ranch. Wait until the next morning. So you can have them all put together and then the next morning, then pour the butter and the ranch over, put them in the oven, heat it all back up and get it all tasty. And they are perfect. I am not kidding. So good. So you could, make both of them for a Christmas morning if you want to have a combination of sweet with savory, or if you don't want to do that much work, just make one or the other. The next 2 weeks are going to be a little bit odd because my video days are Sundays, and that's going to fall on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. And I can't put a video out that day because it wouldn't get watched because we're all busy. So I'm either going to take a vacation or put my videos out like maybe the day after Christmas and the day or something. I'll keep you posted. I'll put it on the community tab and I'll post it over on Facebook and Instagram for sure. So stay tuned. I'm honestly feeling a little sick to my stomach because I've had like way too much to eat today. Never even had a meal. Never had a meal all day. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It has been so fun. I hope you guys all have a very, very Merry Christmas.